Hey everybody, so glad to have you here today. We're going to talk about real estate teams and all the different things that are out there in the world of real estate concerning teams. And I want you to meet somebody that's very special to me. She's a good friend. She's also a colleague. She's a partner, senior partner at Marti Hampton Real Estate. Her name is Desiree White. Desiree, thank you.
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here with Marty.
Let me give you some history on Desiree, because I know she won't tell you because she's too private for that. But she was born in Holland. She came to the United States probably when you were about 16? No?
When I was 4.
4. Okay, 4.
Yeah.
But she went back to Holland, by the way.
I did when I was 14.
So she's definitely got a European edge, but what's so cool about her is before she got into real estate, she was in a male-dominated world of accountants.
I was CPA firm.
And she traveled all over the world, and she made it to the top of that corporation.
Yes, I
and,
did.
I think fell in love with somebody that she met there and left. And blissfully lived married ever since, or something kind of like that. But
Met
anyway.
a gator and married a gator in Florida, and then moved to North Carolina.
So she's been a great part of my team for years now. How many years has it been?
It's been 6, I think. 5 or 6.
Time goes by.
Time flies, indeed.
But she's one of my top listing partners. I know she knows this industry as well as I do. She was with another company before she joined me. So one of the first questions that we're going to talk about, Desiree, is how do I know, if I'm a real estate agent, how do I know if I should join a team or not? And
Well, you're not going to know unless you know, right? I'm on a team for a reason. Even in my corporate world, I started at Deloitte & Touche as one lowest person on the ladder. Joined a big corporation, big team, because that's where you learn the business. And the same with joining a real estate team. You want to learn the business and be around pros before you go off on your own, if that's what you want to do ultimately.
Ultimately, that's true. If you want to, I wish the team option had been available years ago when I started in real estate, because I was a rabbit. I like to put things together, but I was like the little girl that got a new doll for Christmas, and you pick it up and you play for it for a while, and then you throw it down. So after I got the deal put together, I wasn't as good, frankly, at nursing it and the customer service that you need to have. You need to have great customer service once you put
Absolutely.
a sale together, once you put a listing together, and I wasn't as good as that. So eventually I hired people to help me with that. But had I had a team to begin with, oh wow, that would have been awesome for me.
Well, you made it anyway, and now you have a team.
I do.
You have a great inside team, and you have a great sales team. So
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
we're going strong here. So what are some of the things that someone should look for in a team?
You know, one of the things that people jump around from real estate to real estate company a lot of times is they jump around for commission.
That's true. Yeah.
And I have said before, and I will say again, you'll never make really, really high income in this business until you learn how to do multiple deals, not just a high commission. I think a lot of times right now the market is changing a little bit.
It is.
And so people are staring at an option where they know they're going to be doing fewer deals.
Yep.
So I say, I'll go over here and I'll get 5% more, 10% more, whatever, and that'll make up. It will never make up.
It'll make up for not working as hard, right?
Right. So the things you should look for in a team, number one, I think the team goes the speed of, there's a saying that says that the team goes the speed of the leader. So the person that's leading the team has got to be somebody you respect. There's never going to be a perfect team leader.
No, everybody's unique.
Everybody's unique.
But if you're a good leader, you're going to hire people that have those aspects that you don't have, or hire. You have certain strengths and you have certain weaknesses, and you need to hire the weaknesses.
Right.
And surround you with those.
I remember working for somebody that never could be satisfied. In other words, this was not the type of a leader that would give you a pat on the back or say, good job there, good job. And I would jump ever so higher to try to get that little crumb of affirmation. So are you a person that needs a lot of affirmations? Do you need a lot of support? I mean, what do you need from your leader?
Are you asking me, or are you asking in
yeah,
general?
in general.
So I would say my love language, because that's kind of what you're talking about,
Yeah.
is a love language. My love language is doing things for me. So my husband knows that. He knows he's got to do a lot of chores and tasks for me to make me feel loved. I don't need affirmations. I do those myself.
Oh, good.
And I don't need gifts because I can buy them myself because I'm making enough money.
Well, I love that. It's funny because I like those words. I mean, I like the words of affirmation. So I don't know, I've never really studied the love language so much, but people doing things for me, I can understand how that would be somebody's love language. But I like somebody to say, you know, that was amazing what you just did.
Well, Marty, you're amazing. You're an amazing team leader. I'm sure everyone agrees with me.
Well, you probably noticed that around the office with me because I'm quick to affirm somebody.
Yes,
So,
you love giving compliments.
I do.
You
I
do.
do.
You do.
So
No shortage there.
No, there's not. And I see so much talent in people, and I like to bring that out, so that's important. So some of the things you should look for in a team is know your love language. That's a great
Yep.
thing. That,
We don't do physical touch on the team, so don't even go there for that.
maybe a slap in the back or something, I don't know. But know your love language, know what you need. But what do you need emotionally, but also what do you need professionally? To really go to to take your game to the next level.
Right.
And you know what they say about golfers, if you're an average golfer and you play with a group of people that play at 10 under par, your game gets a little better.
That's it. Same thing in real estate. You want to be surrounded with pros, people that know what they're doing, and just get a lot of transactions under your belt, because that's what you can do when you join a team.
Yeah, you'll see more. You see more up close and personal with a team. So the more you see, the more you learn, the more you can do. And also, when you see the success of others, it has an effect on you.
It does. It does. How many times don't we ring the bell and we're just happy that there's another listing or another sale, and we really support one another.
That's good.
It's good to have a family. Good to have a
That's
work
good.
family.
So, and that goes into the next question, which is what are some of the benefits of joining a team?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. Being able to, well, I'm a salesperson at heart. I love working with people. That's what I love to do. I want to go out there and list properties and help someone get to the next phase in their life. What I don't want to do is paperwork. So if you're someone like me that doesn't like to do paperwork, there's a lot of wonderful support staff here at the Marti Hampton team that can do it for you, and they're much better at it than I am. So.
Now that's coming from an accountant, by the way.
I know, but you know how it is.
Maybe she does good with the figures, but not with the numbers.
I'm good with numbers in my brain, but
But no, the benefits of joining a team, I think for me, it is the assistance. But you know, it's funny because I just was looking on my phone this morning and I paid, I think it's $1,100 to Mammoth.
was that one of mine?
Probably. You know, that was for a professional photography drone production for a listing that we had taken. And you know, when you're with a team, some teams are gonna, my team pays all that for you. So you've got that. That's just the cost of doing business. So, and we pay for top drawer because there's no sense in doing something unless you do it 110%. So we do that very, very well. So the benefits of joining a team. You know what I like? I like the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and I wanna have somebody to go through it with me.
That's right. That's right. A little bit of bragging rights among the team.
And crying rights as well,
True,
so
true.
So you do a little bit of that, but not too much. So not too much crying. You focus on the good, that's for sure.
Focus on the good, yeah.
So let's talk about what kind of teams are out there.
You probably know this better than I do. I just joined your team because you're the number one and I love you. Besides that, there are small teams out there. There are mega teams out there. There are teams that are 1,100 salespeople strong. Yeah. But then there are teams out there that may have 5 people. And it all depends on what type of person you are, what you're looking for in a team. Mm-hmm. It really comes down to your family.
It does.
Do you want to be part of a family, or do you want to be part of a huge organization?
Right, I believe that. I have a new saying that I've coined, and the saying is, a team in name only. So I call it TINO. T-I-N-O, team in name only, because you've got 50, 60, 70 people. It's hard for them to be as close of a family as you are when you've got 20, 25 people. Which is a real
potluck Thanksgiving tomorrow on our team, and they eat a lot too.
But there's teams like husband and wife. There's husband and wife teams.
True.
I've seen
Two
over the
sisters.
years. Two sisters. Parents and child teams that evolve, and all those are good. But eventually somebody kind of steps out of the role, and maybe they hire an assistant, or maybe two people hire an assistant. There's all kinds of ways you can structure it. Being a team with your husband and wife could make a marriage, or it could separate one.
It could. We're not going to say anything about that.
I used to work with my husband, and I swear if you ever saw this old movie, it's called The War of the Roses.
Oh, yeah.
And they had this couple, I don't remember who was in this movie, but they painted a big red thing down the middle of the house.
Is that what you two did?
Yeah, I said, you go over there, I'll go over here, we'll talk occasionally. Sometimes it's...
I work really well with my husband,
Yeah.
Jason. Yeah. Kudos to you. We work well together.
I know, you do.
Yeah.
You do. And I think that's because you tell him what to do and he doesn't.
Don't say that out loud.
Well, there's always somebody that's the person that jumps. And there's always a leader. So I think, and there's a leader in some things, and then maybe there's a leader in the family, there's a leader in the business, there's a leader in the health effort. I mean, so there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So the quality of the team really is what qualities of a team leader should I be looking for? That's another question. We talked a little bit about that. I want somebody that's really savvy. I want somebody that knows this business one day or another, but I tell you what I really want. I want somebody that's doing enough business that they know before it happens when the ground game is going to change.
Yes.
And real estate's a lot like taking your hand out of a bucket of water.
That's right.
When you take a weekend off or 2 weeks off, if you take longer than 2 weeks off, it could be a whole new market when you get back in town.
That's right. With the way the market's going now, it's daily, right? It depends on the interest rates. Are they going up or are they going down? So yeah, it can be that quick. And that's another good reason to be on a team, to be able to take vacation.
That's
Your
a
team
great-
backs
yeah.
you up. There's always someone there to take that phone call instead of you taking that call while you're finally on the beach with your kids.
Mm-hmm. That is great. That is great. And I notice how my team supports each other. When you're out of town, you say, Ward, will you do this for me?
Yeah,
Daphne,
right.
will you do this for me? And you have more people that you can call on to do a portion of your business. You might just have one person, but in Desiree's case, she might be working with some buyers that might be better with one agent. She might be working with some sellers
That's right.
who will negotiate the offers, so you don't have to be out by the pool.
Well, I like to negotiate my own offers.
You do, even if you're out by the pool?
Even if I'm out by the pool.
All right, all right.
My
Well,
clients know that.
and all of us are like that. I think
Yeah.
a lot of us are out there. But the truth of it is if you were on a cruise and you had no cell service.
I paid for it. I paid for the satellite service, and I stood in the hallway, and I literally negotiated the contracts.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that because I
You
didn't know
that about me, huh?
I've never been on a
Workaholic.
cruise, so I wouldn't know that you could buy.
Well, now
cell
you can
service.
just buy cell service, just like Wi-Fi service.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
that's
it
very
is
cool.
The cruises are fun.
But I've had agents tell me I cannot answer. I've gotten messages. I cannot answer. I'm on a cruise, and we'll be on a cruise till so and so. And
It's
then
not good customer service.
No, it's not good customer service, and then having nobody to cover for you is even worse.
It's even worse. That's why we have a team.
That's why we have a team. You know why a team is really good is because the ultimate winner with a team is actually the client, the customer. I'm going to tell something you do know. One of your customers called me actually probably about 2 days ago.
Uh-oh.
No, it was
Is it a good
good.
thing?
It was good. And he called you, and I could tell he was frustrated because you didn't answer the phone. You were going to call him. Actually, I think you called him back in the next 3 minutes.
Yes.
But he
I know
called
this
me and he
is.
says, And, you know, I needed to get in this place and I needed the gate entrance. And so I was able to deliver it to him just like that because she had a backup, and that backup was me.
Yep. Marty
And,
answers her phone.
Yeah, and he called back in appreciation. So the ultimate winner, if a team is executed properly, is the client and the
It's
customer.
client. Yep.
And that's the reason I think the industry is going towards teams. And I think that with all the big tech and the big tech, big money are in our business now. So we don't have the same luxury of being the only place that buyers and sellers get their real estate information. So we have to be sharper. We have to be better at this business. Honestly, I think we have to be better at this business now than we did when I started this business.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Years ago, when I first got in this business, it was all mom and pop type agents.
That's true. It's become more and more professional. Everything's online. Buyers have so much knowledge nowadays that you do have to be on top of your game. And you want to be with a team that is an industry leader, that really is out there and being competitive.
Team. You know why a team is really good is because the ultimate winner with a team is actually the client, the customer. I'm going to tell something do know. One of your customers called me actually probably about 2 days ago.
Uh-oh.
No, it was
Is it a good
good.
thing?
It was good. And he called you, and I could tell he was frustrated because you didn't answer the phone. You were going to call him back. Actually, I think you called him back in the next 3 minutes.
Yes.
But he
I know
called
this
me and he
is.
says, and you know, I needed to get in this place and I needed the gate entrance. And so I was able to deliver it to him just like that because she had a backup, and that backup was me.
Yep. Marty
And,
answers her phone.
Yeah, and he called back in appreciation. So the ultimate winner, if a team is executed properly, is the client and the
Is
customer.
client. What kinds of deals have you done? And the more deals you do, the better you become. Because, I mean, Marty's been doing this longer than I have, but I still learn every single day, and every deal is different. And the fact that we have an inside support team to help guide me through some of this, or just do some research once in a while, or just being a sounding board, that's important. So splits are really not that important. I think the volume that you do on a team more than makes up for the split that you're giving. Because you have more time to do more deals.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. What's the old saying? She's got 26 years of experience, but really what she's got, or what he's got, is 1 year worth of experience repeated 26 times.
Right.
And that's what happens to many people in this industry, is they don't grow with this industry. Believe me, this industry has changed. And it's hard to change.
You got to keep up.
But you got to keep up. That famous philosopher Bruno Mars said, "You better keep up." That's one of my favorite songs, and I love that. So I think the challenge of it, the excitement of it, is keeping up.
It is. Keeping up, and the new technology. I mean, and it's expensive out there. If you're on your own and you have all these systems to buy, and I mean, you probably can't. And you probably end up working with a less sort of technology than you would on a large team, or
Right.
larger team.
I agree. So that leads into the next question: are all teams created equal? No.
They're not. I had to bite my tongue. Ours is the best.
Well, there's some good teams out there.
There are
and-
some great teams out there, not only in the Triangle, but all over the U.S.
Right.
We've seen within EXP, we've seen all kinds of great teams, even international teams. So there are great teams out there, and every team is different. And it comes down to leadership, training, and just finding your own spot there. Do you feel attracted to that type of leadership or the type of company that they are and what they stand for? Because every team has their own mission.
It's true. It's true. I love to read sports analysis. Sports motivation is kind of like, reminds me of sales motivation. And Michael Jordan used to say, from what I've read about Michael Jordan, man, you better be good to be on his team, because if you weren't, he would kick you out or kick you up. You're either going to get better or you're going to go away. Michael Jordan didn't put up with too much of anything except for your 110%. And he gave his every single day, and that's what he expected of each and every team member. And I tell you, when you've got the forward momentum like that, if you can get a group, even a smaller group, with a really strong momentum and a really strong shared drive, you've got something there.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I'd rather have that than a team in name only. So I don't think all teams are created equal.
They're not. They're not. So what do you think, Marty? Should someone who eventually wants to be on their own start on a team, or and can they?
Well, I love the idea of mentoring team leaders. In other words, I think there's no better place to be than on an example of a great team.
Very true.
Then, be there for a couple of years, be there for a year, whatever time it takes. I think it would take, in my opinion, 2 to 5 years to really learn everything that a team could teach you. And you be the best, when you become the best member on that team, go talk to the team leader. That team leader should be of the mindset to help you develop your own team. In other words, you should still be a partner with that team. And I've actually done that with some of my team members, and that's been a great joy to me.
That's right. That's right. If that's your ambition, there's no better place to learn than on the team. If you want your own team.
I agree. So that mentorship, that what do you call it when you work with somebody to learn their business and then you go off on their own? It's there's another word for it besides mentorship, but like a junior doctor, don't they have to do a residency for a certain period of time?
Yeah.
So the next question was, how long should I be on a team before I go out on my own? And that's individualistic. The only thing I would say is most agents that do that probably do it sooner than they should. That reminds me of another thing that agents do. When agents are talking to their customers or clients, they probably don't talk to them as long as they should, because they think they've seen it all and they've known it all, but they forget about the customer experience. And the customer, it's the first time the customer is doing that.
Very first time. But every customer is unique, has their own story, their own needs, and their own goals. So you just start all over. You got to start from ground zero.
Yeah. Make it fresh.
What they want.
Keep it fresh. It's fresh to them.
It is. It's very important to them.
That's it.
It might be the one and only time that they have a real estate transaction, so you should always treat it that way.
So I think it's a great path if you're going to start a team, is to learn from a great team how to do that, and then put your own twist to it 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, whatever. What are some of the mistakes I could make when joining a team?
I think you just said one of them is maybe going off on your own too quickly. Comparing yourself with, constantly comparing with others that are out there on their own, and why you're on a team, and why you may not be getting as many leads as the other person, or that's a constant. But when you're on a team, you still have to prospect. And if it is your goal to become your own team leader, you're going to have to learn how to prospect. And you're going to have to learn how to buy leads and do all the hard work. You can't just sit back and expect your team leader to rain leads down on you, because if that's what you're expecting, then it's just not going to work out.
No,
that's a big mistake that you can make.
You got to learn how to hunt. I wrote down something I read recently. It said, find out whether you're looking for a team to do the work you should be doing for your own business. And if you're looking for a team to do the work that you should be doing, you're not bringing to the team any assets. And the asset is not just handling the leads that the team provides for you, but it's also learning how to hunt and learning how to create. And that reminds me of a tough question. Which is the next question. Imagine that. Is it important to be in the office every day? Well, you know how I feel, so you hit it.
All right. I think it's important, especially when you're on a team, because you're on a team for a reason. You have a work family, and your work family, you want to see them every day. They're there to support you. They're there when you're crying, like a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah.
And they're also there just to hear them on the phone and to learn from them. As peers, to talk through a transaction that you're kind of uncertain about maybe. I mean, I love being in this office with other teams as well. And, you know, we meet each other up in the coffee corner, and we by the copier machine. But it's really important to be here. And let's be honest, folks. If you're sitting at home trying to work from home, isn't it tempting to stay in your pajamas and go behind your desk and pick up the phone? And then when you set an appointment, now it's going to take you an hour to get ready to go out there and get that listing signed. Well, if you go to your office, you're going to be up and ready, showered, looking pretty.
You got your game face on.
That's it.
I never was. Actually, I tried to work from home years ago. I tried to set up something to work from home, and then I thought, I need to do the laundry.
Exactly. Yeah. Or my dogs would bark the whole time, every time I picked up the phone. So it just doesn't work.
So it didn't even last with me probably 2 weeks. And I thought, it would be so quiet there. I'll be able to get so much more done. But I wasn't. I mean, I was just, maybe it's just a generation. You get up, you do your exercise, you do your morning routine, you take that shower, you put that game face on, and you go make something happen.
That's it.
And so it's, for me, I think the office is important.
It is. It's very important.
Now, I do have team members, by the way. I've got one very successful team member that does not work from the office and has never worked for the office.
Right. And there are people out there that can do that. Absolutely.
So, for her, she makes that work. Her personality makes that work, and she's got strong drive. So I hats off to her. That's never been my strong suit.
Well, she's also been in the industry for so long that she doesn't really need to be in the office to learn a lot.
Right.
There's people that would love to learn from her, so maybe we pull her into the office for that reason.
That's right. That's right. So the next question says, if you could go back and start your career and join a team, would you? And I think I already answered that. I absolutely would.
Yep.
I would have loved the opportunity to join a team when I first got in real estate. And believe me, I made it work without joining a team. Teams were not an option when I got into real estate. But
lucky for me, they were.
But that's I would have loved to have joined a team, because I could have fast forwarded my career probably, I don't know, 5-10 years at least. Supercharged. I always say that and getting training, paying for a coach are the two biggest things that I did to really jumpstart my career.
Yep.
So, good team agent. What am I looking for? What are we looking for when we bring a team member on?
Coachability. You have to be open to coaching. I know it's sometimes hard to get to take criticism, but if you do, you will become better and better. Just open yourself up and be coachable.
Growth minded. Somebody that has been there, seen it all, done it all. I never want to be that person.
Nope.
I got a lot more I want to see.
That's right.
I've got a lot more I want to do, and I want to bring it every day that I'm working. I want to bring it for my co-agents, my colleagues. I want to bring it for the customers and clients. That's really, really important to me, is to do it well. So, I was supposed to tell about something recently. This is Martha wanted me to tell this experience. I was with a family member, and they had a serious medical condition, and we went to a doctor here in Raleigh, and it was a beautiful, shiny building. And it was one doctor that had been referred to me, by the way. And so the doctor had a great reputation, this, that, and the other. But we got out of that meeting in such a negative frame of mind. I can't even begin to tell you how desperate we were and how sad we were. And fortunately, I had set up another meeting at UNC Chapel Hill. And we went to those meetings, and we met with 3 doctors who were a team, by the way. That team met with us one after the other. When we got out of there, we had hope. We had such a feeling of that we were in the right place. and had the right people on the team. And that's what I hope we create for our clients, honestly, is we're not in the medical industry, but we've got stagers, we've got the best photographers in this business. If one of our top agents runs into something that maybe they're not familiar with, the only thing they got to do is pick up the phone or ask the desk across from them, and they're going to find some answers. Collective mind is a whole lot better than any single mind can possibly be, and that's another reason I think teams are the future, and the future of this industry, to raise the level of what we're giving to the customers and clients. So the experience that the client and the customer receive from us is going to have to do with the strength of the teams that we put together. So that's my thought for today.
Well, Marty, are you hiring?
The right people.
We love to grow the family. Come and have Thanksgiving meal with us.
Yeah, that would be great. I love to. I would like experienced agents and new agents. Only new agents are a longer level, but experienced agents can benefit so much by having the right team environment. And I just hope that some people out there are listening to me. I don't want you to let ego stop, because ego is where what happens to us in this business. For years we've been pitted against each other instead of the collaboration that we should have been having to raise the customer experience. So yeah, I'm looking for experienced agents who want to get better. Actually, one of my biggest success stories this year is an agent who was new to real estate, but she actually came from a sales background, and she has taken off like crazy. Just got a word yesterday that she just did 2 more deals.
That's it.
In a beautiful year.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Yep.
So we'll tell you about all that. We want you to sign up for our next class on Mindset for Success. What is that? .io. Mindsetforsuccess.io. Sign up for our next class, which will be Thursday, December the 1st. We're off next week for Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for you and for your family, and thankful that you love this industry as much as I do.